Today's December 2nd. It's Tuesday. Beautiful day today in Canggu, Bali. Kind of by Canggu. It's like Paranan, I believe it is. Anyways, I wanted to come on today and discuss the incredible importance of how changing your language changes the kind of people that you attract. I would tell you a story, but I think for the sake of the length of this video, we might as well just get straight into the point. And I'll showcase the way that I was speaking before, and I'll explain that versus the way that I'm speaking now, and how that applies into both my business and also the friends I encounter and the networks that I surround myself with. Growing up, I was trying to find my way. I did multiple different kinds of sports and athletics and hung out in different kinds of groups, trying to find who I was, my speech patterns. I even listened to many different kinds of music that influenced the way that I spoke. And I don't want to make this all about communication, but communication is one of the most invaluable skills in business and in your life. And it took me a long time to actually discover my rhythm and my flow. And no, it's not perfect right now, but I do believe that I have a great sense of the way that I speak and how confident I am in my speech and the way that I carry myself in my speech, which presents itself to the people who surround themselves with me. For example, when I was in high school, when I was trying to fit in with people, I would speak in very slang tones. I would say words that applied strictly to my generation, that only phrases that people in my generation would understand. I had a very unique accent, a blend of Western, Bostonian, and something you'd maybe call the hood accent as well, just based off where I was raised. And I was trying to fit in with my crowd of people, like football players and high school boys, 14 to 18 years old. And because I came from a martial arts background, because I came from a well-versed English background, I used to love to read. I wrote stories. I actually published a book. I love to do art. I was very creative, and I love martial arts. I did jiu-jitsu. I did karate. I did a little bit of wrestling as well, and a number of other things too. But I came from that background, and the way that I held myself, people always said I was an old soul, and I was very mature for my age. And at a very young age, to be honest, I was the father and the mother of the house. My parents weren't very parental, so I would take on my responsibility for myself. Point being, I came from a very well-versed, eloquent background in the way that I spoke and carried myself, but it didn't match with the people that I was trying to surround myself with or the person that I thought I had to be. And because of that, I was living in this constant state of imposter syndrome, where I thought I had to talk a certain way and listen to certain music and hang around with certain kinds of people. And because of this, it disrupted my rhythm of speech, the way that I spoke, the way that I talked with people, and I also became kind of socially inept because of it. And it wasn't until very recently again that I started to develop my flow again, the way that I speak with my hands, with my body language, with my eyes, my eye contact, my confidence, my chest up, my shoulders back, my speech patterns, my cognition, many different things. I didn't have all of this before, only a couple of years ago. And it wasn't until recently, maybe even by the time I moved to Bali, or maybe by the time I spent my second year of college, that I started to redevelop these old habits that I had, these positive habits, speech patterns and everything. So after I started to truly understand who I was supposed to become, I would say sophomore year of college, before I dropped out and I started this business, then I started to develop these habits, essentially. And with these habits, I had to understand that the old habits of slang, of talking a certain way, of listening to a bunch of rap music and brain rot stuff, it just wasn't going to cut it anymore, especially for the person that I wanted to become, essentially, which was a billionaire, a well-spoken individual, a philosopher, many different qualities about myself, someone who maybe would be good in negotiating or marketing or advertising or communication, maybe on a sports broadcast or something because of my voice and the way that it's well-versed if I speak from my diaphragm, right? But the way that I was speaking previously, just a year or two ago, wasn't going to work with what I'm doing right now. Because the people that I surround myself with, not only my friends, but the business deals I do are extremely important to be well-versed, to be high status almost. Because if I was in that old position, having those bad old habits of trying to fit in with people my age and the way that I speak and the way that I present myself, I wouldn't get the deals that I'm getting right now. I wouldn't get the high quality friends that I'm getting right now. And I wouldn't fit in. There would be a huge disconnect there because of the way that I present myself. And I want you to understand this right now. I want you to think about who you are, who you want to be, and where you are right now. And what gap has to be overcome from the position you're in presently to the position you want to be in. Consciously understand the way you're speaking, the way you're talking, the way you're facing the camera, the way you're facing people when talking to them. Are you looking away or are you looking at them? Are you moving your hands when you talk? Are you speaking with your chest up and your shoulders back? Are you confident and convicted in everything that you do? If not, well, do you want to be? Is that person who you want to become well versed in those qualities or not? And I want you to think about that. Consciously understand what kind of music you listen to, what kind of sounds enter your mind, what kind of frequency is around you, because these things influence you. And yes, you can create your own frequency in some sense, but your environment is huge as well. Because if all you're listening to, if all your environment is slang and degeneracy, not that slang is degeneracy, I'm just giving you examples, slang and degeneracy and low status friends and not a lot of high quality mentors in your life, well, look who you are probably going to be a result of. That very thing, right? You are a byproduct of your environment. Now, granted, if you had switched up the way you spoke, if you had read very much, if you had started that business you wanted to, if you had kept your word, if your word was iron-willed, as Andrew Tate would call it, if you had trusted in yourself, if you had full conviction in yourself, if you were surrounded by high-quality friends that pushed you, not saying you have to have a lot of friends, but just a couple in your circle that care about you and really want to see you grow and develop, and a bunch of high-quality mentors, all of whom who do business deals, who want the best for you, who seek your best interest, who speak in a certain way, who encourage you, who give you high frequency, and the music you listen to is high quality. It's not a lot of words. It's not bad words, right? Look who you would be a result of because of that environment. Two very different people with two very different choices you have to make. And you can choose to do either one. Ultimately, you are in control of your life. You are in control of your destiny. And if you don't believe that, then that is a mindset that is a result of your environment. You have full control of who you want to become. Why not embody that very person right now? And if you want to embody that very person, if you want to get to a certain level, you have to become him right now. You have to choose which language you want to use, which chooses the kind of people you want to attract. It's this constant cycle. And I can't stress this enough because this is probably one of the biggest factors that has contributed to the current success I have gotten. I'm not saying I'm this millionaire, I'm not, okay? But I am saying that over the past couple of months, I've seen extreme exponential growth in myself, my life, my growth, and my business. And I couldn't have done it otherwise if it weren't for the conscious choices I was making every single day to choose to be a better person, a healthier person, a more well-versed person, a smarter person, a more intellectual person, a better speaking person. All of these things come into play. It is not one thing you can choose that changes everything. It is not one time of trying to change everything that changes everything for the future. It is consciously choosing your decisions, your good decisions, and making those decisions very consciously and very consistently. Making them one time won't change anything or everything. You have to make those decisions over time to see results. And if you want to get to any kind of level in your life, consistency applies to all of these principles. So I'm not going to hold you any longer. I think this is a pretty good speech I've shared with you for the most part, but I really just wanted to have you understand truly how important speech, how important presentation is in your life, to those around you, to yourself, and how your environment influences you. Because if you have dreams of your own, if you have ambitions of your own, and if you don't believe you can do them, you will not accomplish them. You have to be fully convicted. You have to improve all areas of your life, and it's not going to happen overnight. It just won't. But if you have the drive, if you have the conviction in yourself to know that deep down, you can be the best at anything you put your mind to, and you are the best, your actions have to reflect that. and they will. So make them. And don't get stressed out about all these other people around you doing their own things, making money faster, because let's be honest, no one is really sharing their true experience on all of social media. I don't know anyone who is. Even Alex Hormozy, who I would look up to someone as doing things relatively ethically, but he hasn't shared his whole story. I'm very certain of that, even though he shared a lot. And he's been in this business space for many, many years. So why should you compare yourself, even if you're making these conscious decisions to become a better person, have more growth in your life? Why should you judge yourself compared to other people that you aren't in the place you want to be in yet? You haven't had enough time. You need more time. Time and consistency with change is how you really see exponential growth. And it's going to take a lot of time. I mean, when I first started out, I thought 3 months was a lot of time. I wanted to hit 10K per month the first 3 months of my business. I wanted to go to Miami and see my friends and have all these insane connections and just live this amazing life. But that wasn't the case. Things happened. Time took its toll. And I didn't become the person I wanted to be fast enough. And I'm still not the person I want to be after a year of starting my business. But the amount of internal and external growth that I've had in my life and in my business is beyond inspirational to myself and those around me, but it's exceptional. And I believe that. I took these risks. I fell on my back so many times. I cried so many times. I bled so many times and sweated. I had so many tears. Not to sound cliche, but it's true. It really is true. And I would not be in the position that I am in today. Granted, again, it's no final position if it weren't for the ultimate sacrifices, the ultimate consistency, the vision, the conviction over time, combined with the conscious choices I had to make. You can see again, it's all a constant cycle, that's all it is. But if you want the true secret to success, not to make this video cliche in and of itself, it is conscious choices, consistency of those choices over time. That is how you will be successful. You already know what choices to make. Whether you are watching this video for choosing your language, whether you're watching this video for different reasons, consistency and conscious choices are what will make you. And that is how you become successful. I think this video has gone on long enough. I don't want to be a broken record here, but I know you can do anything you want to do. You really can. I mean, I'm a living example of it. I just signed I just signed the biggest client on the internet right now. And I did not think I would have been able to do that just a couple months ago. But having delusional self-belief in myself with the conscious choices I had to make consistently resulted in me ending up in this point. So if you want to do anything, if you want to be successful at anything, first of all, know you can. And I know you can. Now it's time to believe it for yourself and have those actions reflect your beliefs and go out there and make something for yourself. So, thank you for watching. I'm sorry this video was quite a bit drawn out, but I think it was very important for me to get these things off my chest, and I think it's very important for you to hear this as well. I hope this video reaches you, and I hope it reaches a larger audience. If you did like this video, please share this channel, share this video, subscribe, like, comment with any other videos you want to see next, whether you are a business owner, an online coach, consultant, service-based business owner, agency owner, you run a SaaS company, whatever it may be, hopefully you will find value in these videos. Or even if you are just wanting to get into any kind of business alone and you're starting out, you have found the channel for you. So, again, thank you so much for watching. It really means the world to me. Do all the stuff I just said before, like, subscribe, comment, pretty please, it means the world. And I will see you in the next video. Cheers, bye-bye.